Hello and welcome back to Sounds on the Couch. I am really looking forward to introducing today's guests to you. So Lady P is a fierce, bold and empowering Sydney-based R&B singer and rapper. She is joining us today to talk all about her anthem for women, No One Like Me, and her recent release of her album Versatility. I know that you will be inspired by this strong, confident woman and artist. So let's bring her up to the stage and we can get chatting. Hello, Lady P.
Hello. Hi, everyone, and hi, Karen. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Anytime. It's always a pleasure.
All right. So let's just start by talking a little bit about what was it that first got you started on your musical journey?
So I have been doing music for a very long time. I'm half Filipino and half Australian. So being a Filipino, I was born into a karaoke machine. So I've been singing since I was 4 years old. And most of my training has been singing. And then I started rapping for maybe 5 or 6 years. Basically, when Nicki Minaj blossomed, that's when I took an interest in rapping. But all throughout my childhood, I've been to like training centers, performing arts training centers. I was a dancer also for 8 years. I did hip hop, contemporary, and ballet. I've experienced multiple different genres of singing different music types, R&B. I did ballads, I did rock, I did pop, so I've had a big range of experiences through singing. And I went to a performing arts school for 5 years as well. So my whole childhood, I was brought up with music, and now rapping. And yeah, just the journey continues. Like, it doesn't stop growing. So it's really great. And yeah, that's rapping.
I guess it ties so much into your title of your album, Versatility, as well. So
right, that's where it all comes from, indeed.
Yeah. So who do you think, I know you mentioned Nicki Minaj earlier, but who have been your biggest influences?
So definitely, yes, Nicki Minaj for rapping, but I love Busta Rhymes flow, very quick, very amazing flow, and Eminem, lyrical genius. So I really highly respect that. So yeah, both of those two are really like my aspirations, as well as Nicki.
Oh, fantastic. And within your music, you have such a strong message of feminine strength and empowerment, but you also share a lot of your own femininity, if I can say it, in that. So what does it mean to you to be able to share this message with your fans and with the community that you're performing to?
Well, especially being in being a female in a rap music industry, I feel like being strong and powerful and, feel comfortable within yourself and feel, just that confidence and strength is very important, especially in the rap scene. So that's why No One Like Me, it's the first track on my album, it's coming out straight away with that, that strength and that I'm here for the girls, I'm here in this industry, I'm here to stay, no one can tear me down. And being an artist in general is so important to have those qualities, and it's extra special to have those as a female in this industry as well. Like, you definitely need that because it's just not common. So it was very important to me to have that song, especially first track on my album, just to show everybody, this is it, this is who I am, and I'm here for the team, and, we're all here in this together, and, to bring strength. And, that's what music is about. It's doing what we love, as well as, having our message and our powerful message with, that is shared across everyone and everything, and sharing that to the world, and being strong is very important, and especially being in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Within the rapping area, it is very dominated by males as well. And so what's been your experience within that, being a woman and sharing your message of feminine strength as well?
It's good and it's bad. Everybody asks me that question, what it's like being a female in the rap music industry. But it's good and bad. But I feel like the journey is different for every single person, regardless of whether they're a male or a female anyway. And there's always positives and there's always negatives to everything in life. So for me, I feel like because being a woman, it brought me a lot of opportunities. So people were like, okay, all right, we haven't had this. This is interesting. This is new. It's like a crowd, something unique within the industry. So I felt like I got a lot of opportunities, especially early on when I first started, which was in February. I managed to get 4 shows, like live performances before COVID, of course. 4 performances in February, which is really good, especially when I just started out. So that's a plus. But on the downside, I suppose, it's whether people, I feel, take you seriously like that. You have to work extra hard for that respect, and you need to be sure of yourself. You need to be sure of who you are, what you're doing in this industry, and what you want, because people, I feel, can mislead you, and it's a very hard industry, so I feel like as long as you're true to yourself and strong within what you want and what you believe, what you want to achieve out of the music industry, you'll be fine. But for other people, it's like, will that person take you seriously? Like for a boy, for example, it's like, oh yeah, I like you, you're cool. Yeah, let's do maybe a track together or something, and we can work on that. So it's very transparent, yes, I like you, I'm interested in your music, let's work together. But for a female, it maybe be something different, like what you don't know where the intentions lie sometimes. But that's not for every person as well. But that's what you've got to be considerate of. So but it's good and bad, but that's just like everything, really.
Yeah. And I think that's a great message in regards to with those collaborations that, you do need to be a bit more careful as a woman and that intent. So I think that's a great point to share. I know you have done some collaborations in your time as well. And so what's your experience been like with collaborating?
Collaborating is good. Yes, everybody that I feel like everybody knows everybody in the music industry, which is great. So my collaborations I've met in the music industry, just being an artist in the music industry, meeting so many new, great, wonderful people. My first collaboration was with an artist called Marty, and he was my friend actually before I came out of Lady P. So he was the first collaboration that I did willingly, outside of music. So that's the only one. But then all my collaborations have been within the music industry. You meet new people. I think that's the beauty about it. And they've been wonderful, and they're all lovely, So.
And what has collaborating brought to your music? Has it changed the way that you create your music or put it out there?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Not necessarily. So I've got 2 collaborations of my own, and I think I've got maybe like 4 or 5 collaborations I did with other people, but they handle all the marketings and how, the reins of their own kind of production of the music video. And I do my own. But I think because I'm already so versatile and been in the music industry, having the knowledge for a while, nothing surprises me or is, basically new to me. So, and I'm very flexible. Like if I collaborate, especially if I'm featuring on somebody else's song, I don't really mind how they want to promote that or, operate that because it's their song. I'm just helping out on it, So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. And so you've recently released your album, Versatility, which we mentioned earlier. Would you like to tell us maybe a little bit about what inspired you to create this and what the experience has been like?
Yes. So Versatility came out November the 27th on Friday. And it's basically, I've been an artist. I've been Lady P for December now, 9 months. Versatility is a 8-track album, and it took 5 months for me to complete. When I first came out, my first single, I Get Crazy, I released a single every month after that. So it ended up being 8 consecutive months with a single. Each single was different than one another. For example, I Get Crazy was trap, and then one of the next songs that I brought out was an R&B song. So I have lots of different mixtures there in the vault. And then I realized, you know, along the journey, you realize what kind of artist do you want to be? And I'm like, I'm a versatile person. So my music is so versatile and reaches many different pockets. So I was like, my first album, it has to be Versatility. So it comes in the name. The album, I said 8 tracks, and it's got 5 different music genres in the 8 tracks. It speaks in one of my tracks, Waiting Game, that's in 3 different languages as well. It has a track that's like really raw, really emotional, really down to earth, but then it also has like a party song. It also has a drill song on there, which is completely different. It's got the lyricism on that track. You know, there's all different, very, very versatile. And I feel like that is very important for me because that is who I am. That's the way I've been built into this music industry, is being that versatile, all-rounder kind of artist. So Lady P, Versatility was... it's essential. It's basically in the name. My Lady P brand, which is snake skin. So everything about the album is like a little picture of me. So my branding, Lady P brand, is snake skin. I have 4 snakes of my own. So I incorporated them. That's something different and something unique, and that's something specifically tailored to me. So my album, it's got, you know, me in my snake skin outfit and things like that. And then in my music as well, it's very different, very versatile as well. So I had to do it. And for this year, my work rate this year, I was like, it was supposed to be an EP, a 6-track EP, but then I was like, you know what, making an album, why not? I have a very quick work rate anyway. And I was like, I want something to show for it, you know, that hard copy, you know, album. So I was like, and it needs to be done. And plus I can do volume 2. That's what I'm working on as well. Volume 2 of Versatility.
Fantastic. And how did you find releasing all those different tracks each month with different styles? I mean, that would have been quite a challenge in itself.
Yes, I'm finding now that I did actually get lots of good opportunities. So one track was done with, it's a management company, One Love Creations. So one of my tracks, Pray, one of my singles, was on there. And then Hustle Hard Television, my next track after that, was on Hustle Hard. So I managed to get on good platforms, but for me, it's just hard to market because of being so versatile. For example, a drill rapper, you'll know exactly what market to target each time because it's the same, you know, the same pocket of people each time. But because it's always different, I think the marketing side is one of the hardest challenges that I've ever tried to grapple with, because you have to be on top of everything. Okay, who does pop, who does R&B, who does, you know, drill, who does this, who does that. It's a lot of groundwork, a lot of research, a lot of doing that. So it's hard, but I was like, you know what, if I'm branding myself as versatile anyway, that's, you know, that's what it is, versatile. If you like one song but you don't like the other, too bad. That's what I get for being versatile, you know. That's what I am. That's the package that you come with. So wait till the next song. Maybe you'll like that one, you know what I mean? So I've kind of taken it in that aspect, but definitely the marketing has been one of the biggest challenges because it's hard to target the right pockets.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important message to share as well, that, you know, if you do go and try different styles, you need to be aware of those marketing changes that are going to take place for each song.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. But so far it's been so good, and I'm very happy with what I've achieved already this year. You know, releasing an album in 5 months is a great achievement. Luckily for me, I'm already a workaholic, so I love making music and I love doing what I do. So it was a challenge, and it was rewarding. It is rewarding.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So let's take it back a little bit to your love of snakes. Where did that come from?
You can thank my dad for that. So, yes, my snakes, I used to live out past, like near Warragamba Dam, so like out past Penrith Ways, and we lived on acreage. So you could literally pick up a snake from the backyard, and that's exactly what my father did. So he would be basically surrounded by reptiles, snakes, frogs, lizards. I love lizards too. Love lizards. So I was never afraid. Like, that's what I grew up with. I was never afraid of reptiles and things like that. Snakes, they're so easy. They don't make noise. They're such an easy pet. You only have to feed them once a month. Like, they're very, very easy to handle. And now, moving into like this city kind of way, they're easy to handle, and they're very easy to keep, actually. And I've always just had them. So the snakes that I've had the longest, they're 2 boys, George and Junior, and I've had them for 8 years. So yeah, they're born with me, my little baby.
And they're featured in your music photos, and
exactly right.
Yeah, fame along with you.
Yeah, that's right. They're in fame with me. But no, it's different, and it's that's what I like about it as well. It's a very unique thing.
No, that's great. So would you be able to maybe take us through a little bit what your creative process looks like when you're putting together your music?
Yes. So normally, like I said, I work every day. This month is my break month, so thank God. But normally I work 7 days a week. In the morning, every day I analyze my analytics. So I go through and I record them, and then I'll analyze my data. And that's the first thing that I do every morning for every music video on all platforms. So I do that and track that. I go on my socials, and I limit that to about 4 times a day. So once in the morning, in the midday, 5 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock at night. So I like to keep that restricted because it can get very, very cloudy, very, very messy if you're on it all the time, and you don't want that taking up most of your time. But that is also that is my main marketing platform, so it needs to be kept up to date and managed properly. So 4 times a day, though, is when I like to be on my socials. My writing process happens the best for me in the mornings. So if that's the first thing that I do in the morning, that, like, if I need to write, that will be the first thing that I need to do in the morning. And then everything else, music videos, photo shoots, corresponding to, like, liaising with marketers and photographers, videographers, checking music videos and all that stuff, that happens in the afternoon/evening. So
you're very organised and business focused. Where did you learn these skills to be that sort of structured with your processes?
You're the first person that asked me that, actually. That's good. I actually studied new business, and I'm finding, like, I do real estate as well. So where my working background has been in property, and of course you have to have time management in that organisation. That has to be very structured, and you can't mess about with, rental incomes and things like that. So I was built into property development and into properties. So my mannerisms, I think, has come from there, and I've actually studied it. I have a certificate in new business, and being actually an artist, I'm realizing you are basically your own business. You are the product, and that is what you need to be selling. So I'm kind of grateful, because everything, like, I'm just grateful that I've learned about it, because everything correlates. You've got your marketing, you've got your legalities that you still need to be monitoring. You've, like, not only just making music and focusing on creating music, which is what most people think it is. It's all that background stuff that you need to be monitoring as well to be able to get you, the product, out there. So it's basically like running your own business. So yeah, it's crazy, but luckily I have that knowledge as well. So
yeah, no, it's absolutely benefiting you. I mean, you can see the structure, so that's great. So I guess if everything aligned for you in the future, where would you like to get to with your music?
So I want to continue to be that, the versatile person that I am. I feel like now being in the music industry, knowing what, learning about the industry, knowing about meeting different artists and stuff like that, I've realizing now that this is who I want to be, being versatile. I want to be that versatile rapper. I've already branded myself uniquely, being versatile anyway, with being able to do so many different music genres and just dabbling into different pockets of music. I find that that's also very unique as well, and that opens up the doors for working with many different artists. Even if it's a singer, I can work with that person. Even if it's a rapper, I can also work with that person because I can do both. So I want to continue growing and being that versatile person. And I also want to, like, for the new year, I want to work on Versatility number 2, my album, volume 2. And hopefully, I'm just seeing how it goes, because the first year has actually been amazing, and I've had a lot of opportunities, and I hope they continue coming. I hope that COVID will fix itself because I want to start doing shows again. But I want to tour. I want to do my shows. I love live performing. That's the best kind of, if it was studio or lives, I'm a very live kind of person. I prefer that interaction with my, with my listeners is very important for me. They give me my energy and my strength. They help me move on and carry on doing this. So hopefully I'll be able to do that in the new year.
So how have you found going through COVID? Because you're in Sydney at the moment, and so are you in lockdown right now?
Not yet, but I think at 6:00 when they do the news that they will be advising the restrictions more clearly because of the issues happening in the northern beaches right now. So there has been growing clusters there. Unfortunately, it is so close to Christmas. Like, everybody needs to know as soon as possible what's going on, because I have family coming from Melbourne and nobody knows what's going on, and it's very hard. So hopefully it'll fix itself, and hopefully we'll have no more news, because we haven't had anything clear as of yet.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Yeah. So what was that? Sorry?
We have to make do in these times, Unfortunately, it's hard, but we have to deal with it, isn't it?
Yeah, but I guess we'll appreciate music so much, live music so much more when it's all over.
Yes, I'm aching. Yes, anything, really, anybody. Somebody. Yeah.
So from your experiences, what advice would you give to any aspiring musicians that might be watching this interview or watching your journey that maybe you can pass on to them?
Of course, to stay true to yourself. So also in the music industry, it is not an easy industry to get into. So knowing yourself and being true to who you are is very, very important. Don't let anybody persuade you into being somebody that you're not. And the music industry will give you the good times and will give you hard times. At the beginning, it's mostly a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And sometimes, you will feel like, it does get very, very hard. And you're not alone. Everybody goes through it. But stay true to you. If music's in your heart and in your passion, you will always have it in you. It will always be with you. So if this is what you want to do, always follow your dreams and do what your heart tells you to do. But basically, to be strong, to have hope, to just to be true to you. So that's very important.
Oh, excellent. And is there anything else that you might like to share with our audience before we finish up?
Not so much. Maybe an apology for being off the radar this month, but it's my break month.
You're entitled to a break month.
It's been crazy. It's been so crazy. But, I feel weird without doing it as well. I've been doing it for so long, like 9 months now, and then this is my break month, and I'm like, what to do. I feel weird not doing anything, but it's much needed. Also, to take a break, it's also very important. Like clears the mind and clears the head.
Mm.
And yeah, more music next year. So stay tuned.
Fantastic. And just lastly, where can people find you if they're looking for your music?
Yes, so I'm available on all platforms under Lady P, of course, YouTube Lady P, Spotify Lady P, my socials, Facebook, Lady P. My Instagram is the only different one. It's ladyp.official is my Instagram. And yeah, basically on all platforms as Lady P.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been really interesting.